Hello students, so today we'll do the solved question and answer of the chapter Resource, Class 8 Geography book. Answer the following questions. Question number 1. Why are resources distributed unequally over the earth? Answer is, resources are distributed unequally over the earth because the number of physical factors like terrain, climate and altitude differ so much over the earth. Moving on to the second question. What is resource conservation? Answer. The careful use of resources and giving them time to get renewed is called resource conservation. Question number 3. Why are human resources important? Answer. Human resources are important because it is the skills of human that help in transferring the physical material into a valuable resource. Moving on to the fourth question. What is sustainable development? Answer. Sustainable development means careful utilization of resources so that besides meeting the requirements of the present also takes care of future generations. Question number 2. Tick the correct answers. Question number 1. Which one of the following does not make substance a resource? Options are utility, value and quantity. So here the question is asked in the negative form, that is, which one of the following is not a resource? So while explaining chapter I told you utility and value are two important factors which make a substance a resource, right? So here the answer is quantity. Quantity is the one which doesn't make substance a resource. Okay, so the answer is quantity. Moving on to the second question. Which one of the following is a human made resource? Options are medicines to treat cancer, spring water, tropical forests. So from the very options we very clearly come to know that spring water and tropical forests, these are natural resources, right? So the answer is medicines to treat cancer. Moving on to the third question. Complete the statement. Biotic resources are. Options are derived from living things, made by human beings, derived from non-living things. So biotic resources are those resources which are derived from living things only. So answer is derived from living things. Now question number 3. Differentiate between the followings. Number A. Potential and actual resources. Now what is the difference between potential and actual resource? So the answer is number 1. Actual resources are those resources whose quantity is known, whereas potential resources are those whose entire quantity may not be known. Okay. Point number 2. Actual resources are being used in the present, whereas potential resources could be used in the future. Point 3. Example of actual resource: deposits of petroleum in the West Asia. Example of potential resource: the uranium found in Ladakh. So this is the basic difference between actual and potential resources. Now differences between ubiquitous and localized resources. What is the difference between ubiquitous resources and localized resources? Answer is point number 1. The resources that are found everywhere are called ubiquitous resources, whereas the resources that are found only in certain places are called localized resources. So the example of point number 2, example of ubiquitous resource is air, and example of localized resource is copper and iron ore. So this is all about differences between ubiquitous and localized resources. So the last question from the chapter is mention some principles of sustainable development. Answer is, some principles of sustainable development are 1. Respect and care for all forms of life. Point number 2. Improve the quality of human life. Point number 3. Minimize the depletion of natural resources. Point number 4. Enable communities to care for their own environment. And last point, 5. Conserve the Earth's vitality and diversity. So this is all about the question and answer of the chapter resource from the geography section of Class 8 Standard. If you like the video, please do subscribe the channel for more such educational videos. Thank you for watching.